let's get into our next topic. Somebody want to talk about Thanksgiving football? I love Thanksgiving football, guys.
Unless the Lions are on.
No, I love it. That's why I became so my second favorite team is actually the Detroit Lions. I have a Lions hoodie, I have a Lions shirt, and it's all because of Megatron. Talk to me. Let's talk about Thanksgiving football because I'm eager to get into that.
So yeah, this is a topic that I brought up to John. Um, it's something I feel pretty strongly about. I mean, this is Thanksgiving football. This is a tradition that goes back. I don't even know how many years, but decades and decades and decades and decades. Um, I just look at it and I say, this is the day where probably you're gonna have the most eyes on you besides like the playoffs and Super Bowl, right? Um, and to put out a less than good product is just to me a failure for the business of the NFL. They control the schedule. They pick and choose, and they can choose who to put on Thanksgiving. And they also, we've seen multiple times throughout the season, they have the power to switch games that are in the same week. Like they'll take a game that's on Sunday at 1 o'clock or 4 o'clock, and they'll put it to a Sunday night game because it's a more interesting game. We've seen that happen. I look at it and I say the perfect example of doing it right is the NBA on Christmas Day because you get great games and they usually put like the top, what is it, the top 4 or 6 playoff teams, I think, usually play against each other. I believe that's how they do it. And then somehow the Knicks kind of weasel their way in there every year too. That's just
And they've
another.
made some great Christmas memories.
Yeah, sure, yeah,
Yes, yes,
yeah.
yes.
For me, it's just like, I mean, so usually the first game of the day on Thanksgiving is the Detroit Lions, right? And it was cool, when they had Stafford and Megatron for those years. But also, it's just like I don't want to see the Detroit Lions on Thanksgiving. I want to see the best of the best. Like I want to see a Tom Brady versus an Aaron Rodgers matchup. I want to see a Mahomes on there. I want to see a Peyton Manning when he was playing. I want to see the great teams and the great quarterbacks play each other. Like I just look at it just this year. Now the week of Thanksgiving, there's not many great games, but I see 2 games right here. Chargers and Cardinals and Rams and Chiefs. Especially the Rams and Chiefs. Now this is laughable. The Rams and Chiefs aren't even the Sunday night or Monday night game. They're at 4 o'clock.
I ain't it.
You get rid of the Giants and the Cowboys game. Put the Rams and the Chiefs on there. Get rid of the Lions. Stop with the tradition. I know they'll throw at me, oh, well, it's a tradition. We've done this for so long. We have to keep. Guess what? Traditions. We. You really want to look at the history of America and traditions? Because there are a lot of bad traditions that this country is known for that we've thrown in in the garbage because they're just terrible. This is another one. Throw it out. I don't care if the Cowboys are good. Fine, have the Cowboys on there, but have them face a good team. They're playing the Giants this year on the. Who wants to watch that besides the Giants fans and
It,
Cowboys
it,
fans?
it's a
Who
rivalry, though.
who cares? It's bad football.
You don't
It's
want to
bad
watch Danny
football.
Dimes?
No.
No, I don't care about that. If you want to put the Cowboys versus the the Cowboys play in the first 5 weeks, they play the Buccaneers, the Bengals, and the Rams. You telling me you can't take one of those games and put it on Thanksgiving? That'd be much more enticing for NFL fans to watch. I just say, and I'm like, why is the NFL continuously putting on less than good quality product on Thanksgiving Day? I don't want to be the first game before I eat my Thanksgiving dinner. The first half of football I have to watch is the freaking Detroit Lions. I'm sick of it.
There is a changing of the guard. Maybe we'll get to see Dan Campbell buying a kneecap or two.
What was that with Dan Campbell you mentioned?
It's being ridiculous. That's the point.
The Detroit Lions Buffalo Bills game. I'm actually pumped, man. Like I said, I love Thanksgiving football. There's regardless of what's going on, I crave more football, and I know a lot of people don't like Thursday night football or Thursday football period, but we get. I really don't see it as something we should be complaining about. We get 3 games on a Thanksgiving day. Where you start with your early meal, you get to watch some good football or decent football, and
I have to ask you a question, my man.
listen. I think last year was the Lions versus the Bears. Am I right?
Yeah, probably per usual. I
It
don't
might
watch
Yes.
have
that.
been. I think
Yes.
so.
Okay,
No one's
that was
watching
it.
that.
It was ugly. It was ugly.
Yeah.
That,
I mean,
that's fine. I get it.
Justin, you're telling me the Lions and Green Bay are literally rivals. You're talking about rivalries. Why the hell is Aaron Rodgers not playing on Thanksgiving every
No,
year then?
I totally get that. I totally get that. But I still believe the tradition of having the Lions and the Cowboys. I feel like that's kind of cool. But yeah, maybe you could pair them with a better matchup, somebody more entertaining. And I think the Lions are going to be an entertaining team this year. And then you pair them up, they're matching up with the Buffalo Bills. It should be a good show. You get to see Josh
But let me
Allen,
ask you
the
a question.
MVP.
Okay, go ahead, John.
Sorry,
have a
I don't want to
question,
cut you off.
Well, no, I just have I have a question too for Justin.
Yeah, on real quick, on Christmas Day, if you had to watch, let's say, two of the worst teams in the NBA face off for all 3 or 4 matches or 2 matches,
Mhm.
opposed to getting to see Trae Young versus your Knicks, or
But,
even
but,
better, or
but you're
even
not seeing
better.
that.
Well, you did last year.
LeBron
Trae
versus
Young last
Kawhi
year.
Leonard.
Even better, Kevin Durant versus
No,
LeBron, or
what
the
I'm saying
Warriors
is
versus the Celtics.
you're not seeing the worst teams go at it. I mean, aside from the Lions and the Bears, you look at the other 2 matchups, they're
Giants?
usually good.
No, they're not.
They're not. They're usually mid.
They
Typically.
really are. Justin,
We've
I'm
seen
telling you
Dallas.
right
We've
now.
seen
From the
Dallas
last,
versus Cam Newton and the Panthers. We've seen Dallas versus the Bills. We've seen Dallas versus the Chargers. And then
A
the
lot of the
night
years,
game.
the Dallas versus the football team, where Antonio Gibson's going off for 4 touchdowns because the Cowboys aren't trying on Thanksgiving. That's below mid. That's
That was
horrible.
1 year.
That's almost like 1 of every 3 years for the
I can
Cowboys.
pull
my
out
man.
years. There was a year that freaking I think CJ Beathard or whatever played starting quarterback for
All right.
the
All right, so you know what? Look, let me see the games.
Ganucci.
I could care less about the Lions one. Forget the top game. What are the next 2? What were the next 2 games for the last couple Thanksgivings?
Raiders, Cowboys, and Bills, Saints.
Raiders, Cowboys, Bills, Saints. Bills, Saints is a show.
Last year.
No, Saints were not good because Jameis was injured by then.
Yeah.
Yeah, but my point is you can't control that.
Yes, you can. I just said that the NFL has done in the past. They have changed games around. They can make it where this game's not going to be enticing. I'm flipping that and putting you here.
Yeah, that's so messed up. Let me tell this family, hey guys, you're not gonna have your dad this
Oh,
Thanksgiving.
come on. LeBron James. I knew somebody was going to throw this point out there. LeBron James, for the last 15 years, has not had a legit Christmas for him and his family. He's not complaining. It's your people work on Thanksgiving.
It's because they schedule
it's
the
your
game
job.
preseason. He knows he's playing on
You're
Christmas.
getting millions of dollars to provide for it. So what if you have to have Thanksgiving the next day? Guess what? You can have $1 million Thanksgiving the next day. Is anybody going to complain? No. We're going to
imagine doing that. You see your schedule going into the season, and you're like this. Oh, that's awesome. I don't play on Thanksgiving. I'm playing on the Sunday. Oh, wait, 2 weeks later. Sorry, guys, I'm not gonna make it. I'm gonna be.
You got no.
I'm gonna be
Not
in
you're
Dallas.
gonna make it. You're just gonna have to postpone it or something. It's fun, dude. These guys are professional athletes. They're making millions and millions of dollars. They'll be fine.
Bro, the games haven't been poor. Bills Saints.
They have.
That's an awesome.
They have.
Bills Saints.
Steelers Ravens.
Matchup.
In 2020, we had Steelers Ravens. We didn't even get it because of COVID. That was the only exciting matchup, and we lost that one in the last 2-3 years.
All right, here was my question for Justin. Justin, you're telling me that if you took like the Bills and tell me the last so there's 3 games. Give me like the top 6 teams in the NFL, pair them up against each other. So you're telling me you don't want to see the Rams and the Chiefs go at it, the Bills and the Bucks and the Bengals and
AFC North football, man. We got to see that.
And the Packers go at it, whatever. You don't want to see those matchups?
I get that. You do want to see those matchups. What I'm saying, the matchups that we've had weren't terrible. They just didn't live up.
Name me one exciting one.
Like you said, the Bills and the Saints. Saints had some injuries. They weren't the same team going into Thanksgiving. But Bills Cowboys that happened a couple of years ago. That was slated to be a great game, but you know what happened? Cowboys didn't show up. Bills just beat the daylights out of them. You can't. That could happen to any one of these matchups. This last one. Are you guys happy about New England versus the Vikings?
That'll be a good game
That's
for us.
weird. There's no storyline there.
Yeah,
It's
there's
weird.
no
There
story,
is
but
no
I mean,
story.
it's a pretty,
There
it's a
We need
is
good game.
storyline. We need Steelers Ravens. We need Josh
Oh.
Allen versus New England or Josh Allen versus Tom Brady. We need something that's exciting. That's going to
Storylines,
captivate
yes,
Well, there we go.
stories.
There we go.
Storylines.
That's
If
what
you
we
guys
need.
love storylines, we have a storyline. Giants Cowboys.
That
No,
sucks.
that's a
Give me
That's a
Joe Burrow.
storyline.
That sucks. A good
That's a
storyline.
terrible
It's a
storyline.
storyline.
Give me Justin Herbert versus Joe Burrow. Give me something good. The Giants are one of the worst teams in football, and the Cowboys are barely a playoff team. That's not good.
Justin, you
but
know what you're
still,
sounding like right now?
for-
You know what you're sounding like right now? You're sounding like the executives at the DC universe saying, you know what? Here's Batman versus Superman for no freaking reason, but here you go, watch it and enjoy it. No, here's a storyline. That's not the storyline I want.
But you know what?
It's called building the. You're talking to a wrestling fan. I watch crap storyline on a weekly basis. I want good storylines, like John said. Good storylines like the NBA. LeBron versus the Golden State Warriors. LeBron versus KD. The Lakers versus the Clippers now.
KD
Memphis
versus
Golden
OKC.
State has been announced for this year. I love these storylines. Like I want that Philly versus Miami. There's a story there. Jimmy used to play for Philly. Like there's stories. Like I want storylines, man.